guys? We're just headed out for a little drive. Might go check out the mall. We just moved to Oklahoma City. It's been a little over a month now, so we're just gonna go check out this new mall, and thought I'd film some new video content. Maybe just give you an update about how the summer's going, because it's August now. So I thought I would. We just bought this new camera, so we're gonna start documenting more, just kind of like day-to-day stuff, business stuff, whatever, whatever comes to my mind. I don't really have a script. Cool. So yeah, while I'm driving to the mall, I thought I'd kill two birds with one stone and kind of talk about what's going on. So I will say, for me personally and a lot of people, this summer's been pretty rough. I mean, like, in the permanent makeup industry in general, I think a lot of things slow down for multiple reasons, and it has an effect on me too, because obviously the harder it is to get clients, and the more people are going to be upset, or the more people are not going to get the results they want. And this is kind of coming off something last night where I got some screenshots where, like, the post wasn't even about me, but everything always turns into, at least my name gets thrown in whenever marketing's discussed. And so basically the post was like, I don't agree with the post at all, obviously, but they were just like, oh, you should never pay someone to do marketing, and it's a really bad mindset, I think. It's actually what I call a poverty mindset, because I mean, that's not meant to be offensive. Like, I used to have the same mindset where, like, okay, I need to do everything myself. Like, I need to mow my yard, I need to clean my house, I need to do my own taxes. Like, I tried to learn my own tax law and stuff, and I probably lost money that year. It's just when you're in a mindset that I've got this little amount of money or no money, and I've got to save what little tiny resources I have, it's a survival mechanism, and I understand it, but it actually is very counterproductive to growth, because instead of investing your money in something that's going to help you grow, or investing in hiring someone that knows what they're doing or can help you, for example, like marketing. Like, if you've never done marketing before, you don't know how to do ads, you haven't taken the time and the years of experience, and I've literally spent over $1 million in permanent makeup ads alone. If you don't have that kind of experience and you're just trying to wing it, then chances are you're probably going to waste way more money than you would have ever invested if you had hired like a professional like me. And this is not a sales pitch, it's just a mindset thing that you got to get into, because I had to overcome this myself. I actually, like, this year I paid an accountant $1,000 to help me out. Because she was a former IRS agent, so she knew her stuff, and she ended up saving me a lot of money. And so just those things alone, like learning to get into that business, what I call a CEO mindset, I think will help a lot. I understand that resources get tight, things get tough, but it's one of those things you have to kind of like force yourself to stick to a plan, or stick to the wisest thing to do at first, even though it might scare you. So why has business been tough in the summer for people? I would say multiple reasons. I think overall we've been trained ever since school to kind of go into a vacation mode, whether you actually go on vacation or you're just like in kind of like a mindset where you don't really want to work as much. Maybe you want to spend more time with your family, maybe you want to spend more time with your kids, and I'm not saying anything's wrong with that necessarily, it's just the way it is. And so I think a lot of people like go on vacations, and then they get back and they're like, oh my gosh, now I'm broke because I haven't been working hard, I haven't been making money. And it goes both ways. So not only do my clients do that, but then their clients or potential clients are probably also going on vacations. Like, the average person spends almost all of their savings goes into debt sometimes just to go on a family vacation. It's kind of crazy when you think about it, but I mean, a lot of people prioritize that stuff. And so if everyone's going broke so that they can go on vacation, plus they're not making as much money because they're not working as many hours, or they're not they're not putting in the work. And like I said, this is not a video to say like you should work harder and never go on vacations. I'm just calling it like it is. Like, that's what happens during the summer. The other thing obviously is with like permanent makeup and stuff, like you can't go into the sunlight, as you know, so it makes it a little bit tougher to market it and get people in. But the good news is that season is almost over. We're coming into August, September, October time frame when it really, really amps up. Now, I will say that even though a lot of people did struggle, I kind of see two sides to the story. I've got my clients who've been working with me for a year or two, and they stay booked up throughout the summer. Like, I was actually talking to one on the phone this morning from Houston, and while she said she's not booked up for as many months in advance as she normally is, she's still booked out for at least weeks throughout the whole summer. And the reason is, if you put in the time and effort and build your brand and build those leads up and build your connections, then it's going to be a lot easier to get people in the door, as opposed to like the other side of the story where I got a lot of people in like June and July that they almost treated me like I was their last hope, or I was going to be like their savior. And I have helped a lot of businesses tremendously, but if you hire someone to do Facebook ads and you expect them to be your Lord and Savior, and I don't mean that in a sacrilegious way, but if you expect me to do everything for you just within a week or two, it just doesn't work out that great, because building a brand and everything takes time. And so just saying like, hey Jake, I don't have any, like I haven't been marketing myself at all, like I barely post any content, like these people don't even know who I am, and now I want you to get me booked up in 2 or 3 weeks because I'm broke. Like, that's a lot of pressure to put on someone. And so that's why I'm trying to create more educational content to kind of make people realize that that's not how it works. Like, yes, I do have the success stories where people go from like get lots of bookings in 1 or 2 or 3 weeks, or the first month even. But I will say, like, that's not how I even plan it out. Like, and I've been doing a lot of research and comparing it to my experience. I've been listening to podcasts of marketers who run big agencies and stuff, and even like medium to small size agencies, and even they were saying like the goal on the first month is to gather data. And I think that's something that people with no business or marketing experience, they don't understand, because they're like, oh, I want bookings, I want money, and I want it now. And I understand, but that's just not how it works. It takes time to grow all that stuff. So what I'm trying to say is, there has been a lot of adversity this summer. Now, I've seen a lot of success also, but like I said, the person was turned into a bashing post last night. And the funny thing is, like, I'm not here to necessarily publicly defend myself, but pretty much everything that's said on those posts, or said on that post particularly, because I saw the screenshots, were basically lies. I had someone that was still working with me, and she claimed that she stopped working with me a month ago, and she's the same one that did like some chargebacks on the credit card. I'm not going to get into all that, but typically the biggest thing I learned from there is don't let things upset you. Like, yes, I could have been mad at her. Yes, I could have been upset. I mean, will I take action? I mean, yeah, it's business, but at the same time, I'm not going to let it emotionally bring me down. Like, it is frustrating to put my heart and soul into working with people and helping people, only for them to try to destroy my business. Because like that's really the thing that I found is usually the people that need the most help, and then I put the most effort and sweat and blood and tears into like helping, those are generally the people who are also not putting in the work themselves. And then all of a sudden it's, oh my gosh, this is a scam, and give me my money back and refund. And like, it's like, wait, do you not remember all that stuff we've been talking about the past few months? I was actually listening to a podcast by Ty Lopez. He's been doing a lot of research on like mental disorders, and I don't say this lightly, like it's a real thing. But he was talking about there's some disorders where like it's usually people with like narcissistic tendencies. He was talking about how you can literally show someone facts, screenshots, whatever, and their mind can literally just not process it. And I've actually seen that a few times. Like, people, they're like, you only did one ad for me, like it didn't work, I didn't get any leads. And I'm like, here are the screenshots where I literally did 9 ads for you the past 2 weeks, 9 different ads. Like, you've gotten over 200 leads the past month. Like, I don't understand why you're saying like this. And so it can get frustrating when you deal with people like that, but you have to take it with a grain of salt. Like, I know, like I said, this is not meant to be taken lightly or anything, but I know that the same people, like, when I really think about it, it's like, okay, now I remember now that she was going through a divorce, so maybe that's an extra stressor on her life. Or like, this person told me they were just getting out of a mental institute for like suicidal thoughts, and like that all stuff is very serious and real. My point is, because we're all entrepreneurs probably if you're watching this, my point is, entrepreneurship is hard. It's stressful. There's adversity. Even for me, I feel like I'm pretty successful, but it's still a very stressful, very strenuous thing. And so try not to, like, you're probably going to have clients who give you trouble, who cancel on you, who like do things that at first you're like, oh man, I don't trust humanity anymore. Like, these people are horrible. Like, I just want to like go sue everybody. And like, that's what you're going to be tempted to do. But you can't let them steal the joy of the entrepreneurial journey. Even if you have bad experiences, you have to, one, realize that these things can make you stronger. So like me, instead of retracting or like trying to blow up on people or anything like that, I'm just going to use it to say like, okay, these are good lessons learned. I'm going to make maybe my contracts tighter. Maybe I'm just going to go out and appreciate the clients who are not crazy. I'm going to appreciate the people who are nice. I'm going to provide more value. And that's how I'm going to overcome that. And so always realize there's multiple sides to a story. But yeah, we're almost here at the mall, so I just thought I would just chat. Like I said, I didn't really have a script. I didn't have any script or anything. I just wanted to say what was going on. I'll try to do more content like this every now and then, just to show you that like I'm a normal guy. Like, we do normal things sometimes on the weekend. And yeah, I hope you guys are having a great August. If you are slow, then try to use it as a learning experience and figure out like, what could you have done maybe in the springtime, the winter time, the fall time last year to build up your clientele, to build up your connections, to build up your brand so that you don't get slow next summer. And that's what I challenge you to do. You can either do things like look at my webinars, look at my free content, work with me, work with somebody else, like, or just do your own research. I mean, my point is, you need to take some kind of action. It's easy to sit back and feel sorry for yourself. It's easy to give up. What's really hard is to say, okay, I'm obviously not doing something right, and so I'm gonna use this to make my life better. I'm gonna use this as motivation. Like, I was talking to somebody on the phone today who she's in a new area and she's a new artist and having trouble booking people. And I was looking at her page. I was like, hey, you're talking about going out of business. You're talking about all these other businesses going out of business. But when I look at your page, you haven't done any videos. Like, and the problem is, she's trying to get models in, but people don't even trust her to do models. And I'm like, if you want to build trust, it's not all about price. In fact, it's mostly never about price. It's about, do these people trust you, and have you made your service interesting? And of course, she's doing like everybody else and posting some before and afters and everything, but you got to put in the work. Like, and it's not that hard. Like, just do what I'm doing now. Get someone to film you while you're driving and explain your service. It's not as complicated as people want it to be. They just get shy and they don't want to do videos. And I get it. Like, I don't necessarily like doing videos all the time either. But at the same time, like, and I asked her, I was like, would you rather be broke and go out of business and give up on your dreams? Or would you rather just tough it out and just do a video? Like, who cares if you misspeak? Like, I've done it like 10 times in this video. I don't care. I'm telling a story. I'm providing value. Like, I'm a human being. We're all human beings. And so if you put it in that perspective, maybe you can kind of think like, what's holding me back? What's stopping me from taking the action that I know I need to take? And what's stopping me from just making a video? So yeah, hope you enjoyed this, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks.